Okay, for this fly, we're going to tie a black ant. And for anybody that's done any fly fishing of any high mountain lakes, you'll know that a black ant sometimes can be a lifesaver. It's sometimes you don't even know it's hatching, you don't even know the fish are feeding on it, but then you'll use one and it can save the day. So we're going to tie a black foam ant. Here we go. So I've got a size 14 2x long dry fly hook, and we're going to use some red thread. I just like to have red on most flies that I fish in mountain lakes, so this just gives it a touch of red rather than just being all black. So I'm going to start off by putting a good red thread base along the whole shank of this hook. Okay, once I get that, bring my thread up here to the front and snip that. Okay, the next thing is I've just got this little strip of black foam, closed cell foam, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch that foam right in half, find out where that crease is. I can see that crease, and I'm going to take my little needle nose scissors here, and I'm just going to poke a hole right through the center of it. Once I get that hole in the center of that, I'm going to take that and I'm going to slide it right over the eye of this hook. Okay, and then I'm going to take that foam and just kind of sandwich it together, just like this. All right, once I have it sandwiched together just like that, then I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to try to capture the front end, and we're going to tie in the segments of our ant here. So we'll capture the front end, get quite a few wraps right here. There we go. And then over the top of the back, we'll go to the back end of the fly, and we're going to do the same. Going to get some good wraps on here. And make sure the fly is centered on the hook here. Okay, once I get it good and fastened down in the back, I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to work it. I'm going to cross the back again on the top, so you have a little red X on the back of that, on the back of this fly. And now that I've done that, you'll notice I should have 3 segments. I've got my front, my middle, and my back. Sometimes the back, you can kind of see here, is getting a little bit, it's getting a little bit out of the way where we want it, but we'll be able to fix that here in a second. Be able to snip some of it probably. Okay. Now, a lot of times the ants that you end up trying to imitate have wings. They're flying ants, so we're going to tie in just a little bit of antron wool, just like this. A little strip of antron wool, just like that. And tie it on. Grab the front, pull it back. And then we've got our, boy, that piece doesn't want to lay down. There we go, there's our little wing. And now the next step is going to be to tie in just a little bit of black hackle. I like to do that just to kind of give it some legs. So I've just got a tiny little piece of black saddle hackle, and I'm going to tie that in. Probably only wrap it around the hook maybe once, maybe twice, and that's it. It just gives it a little bit of that flair for some the legs of a fly. I'll wrap that once. If I can get 2 out of it, we'll go for it. I think this is going to require the use of my hackle pliers here. There we go. And once we get that tied off, then we'll just do a little whip finish and trim our wings and call it good. It'll be our little red, not red, but black ant with red floss. There we go. Trim that. It looks like I need to trim up that bottom piece. That bottom piece is, or that back piece is not wanting to cooperate. So there we go. A black ant.